Paris is gearing up to host the summer 2024 Olympic Games, anticipating a crowd of over 15 million visitors over a 2-week period. This event could be the largest ever held in the country, featuring diverse activities ranging from beach volleyball near the Eiffel Tower to horseback riding in the gardens of Versailles. As Paris prepares to showcase its cultural richness globally, there is a considerable amount of work to be done, leading many to question if everything will be ready on time. Today we'll delve into Paris's Olympic preparations, the challenges it confronts, and the potential impact of this grand event. The bid. In 2017, Paris vied against Hamburg, Budapest, Rome, and Los Angeles to host the 2024 Olympics. Hamburg withdrew after a public referendum, and Rome faced financial issues due to a successful petition against its candidacy. Budapest also pulled out, leaving only Paris and Los Angeles in the running. The two cities needed to agree on hosting in 2024 and 2028. Paris was eager to avoid waiting another 4 years, while Los Angeles was more flexible. The outcome was an agreement. Los Angeles would host the 2028 Games, and Paris would host the 2024 Games. Paris 24, Los Angeles 28. Despite this not being Paris's first time as a host, it hosted the second ever modern Olympics in 1900, marking the first inclusion of women. It hosted the Athletes' Village, a tradition established exactly 100 years ago. The upcoming games aim for several firsts, including gender-equal athlete selection, complete carbon neutrality, and the inclusion of breakdancing. With a $9.5 billion budget, they intend to be one of the cheapest of the century. While the budget surpassed initial estimates by over $2 billion, it is reportedly still manageable, especially compared to the 2012 London Olympics, which saw numerous budget modifications, escalating the initial $3 billion cost to $11 billion. In contrast, the current budget has remained relatively stable, requiring only about 300 modifications so far. The venues. Paris's stable budget can be attributed to its distinctive approach in selecting venues for the Olympic event. The majority of sporting events will occur in existing arenas or temporary ones set up in different locations, steering clear of unnecessary construction projects and aligning with the goal of carbon neutrality. This strategy not only avoids unnecessary expenses, but also allows the city to highlight its most beautiful locations. Central Paris will prominently feature famous arenas and iconic sites. For instance, the Parc des Princes Stadium and the Stade Roland Garros will host football, boxing, and tennis. Simultaneously, temporary arenas will be erected in the city center's historical sites. Noteworthy venues include the Grand Palais, hosting fencing and taekwondo competitions, and Les Invalides, accommodating archery and athletics events amid its military history museums and Napoleon Bonaparte's tomb. The Eiffel Tower's foot will house a temporary arena for beach volleyball, and the Trocadero Gardens nearby will be a focal point for the opening ceremony. Famous squares like Place de la Concorde will serve as open venues, and even historical bridges will play a role in cycling and the triathlon. Venturing beyond the city center is the Île-de-France region reveals impressive venues like the Stade de France for rugby, athletics, and the closing ceremony. The Palace of Versailles, a renowned French site, will act as a temporary arena for equestrian and modern pentathlon events in its famous gardens. North of the city, two new permanent venues, Paris Chapelle Arena and Paris Aquatic Center, will respectively host badminton, gymnastics, and diving, water polo, artistic swimming events during the Olympics. The Aquatic Center's capacity will reduce from 6,000 to around 2,000 after the Games. Shifting our focus from Paris, let's briefly explore other venues spread across the country. Major French football cities like Lyon and Marseille equipped with substantial stadiums, will host football competitions. The Marseille Stadium, featuring an impressive roof, and the modern Lyon Stadium are notable examples. Additionally, Marseille's Marina, renowned for boat-related activities, will host sailing events. Notably distinct is a venue located on the opposite side of the globe, on Tahiti Island. Being part of French Polynesia, it technically falls under French territory, allowing organizers to host a surfing event on the exceptional local waves. The majority of venues are nearly ready for use, requiring only minor adjustments. Nonetheless, Paris is engaged in massive projects in preparation for other Olympic aspects. The new Olympic Village stands out as the largest one to date. When this tradition originated in 1924, Paris initially opted for temporary wooden huts to house athletes, a practical solution fostering camaraderie. Over the years, this concept evolved. However, Paris is now taking a notably different approach. Instead of constructing a temporary settlement solely for the event, they've initiated a massive urban development project, covering an area equivalent to 70 soccer fields, primarily in Saint-Denis, just north of central Paris. The new village aims to host all 14,000 Olympic athletes. Situated only 30 minutes away from most event venues, it will provide essential facilities. Saint-Denis was chosen not only for its logistical advantages, but also with a specific goal in mind. Historically known for high crime rates and socio-economic issues, the village aspires to enhance this area's reputation. Post-Olympics, it will be repurposed for residential use, accommodating 6,000 people and contributing to positive urban transformation. Initially slated for completion in late 2023, there's currently no available update on its progress. Seine River Cleanup. Another significant project currently in progress revolves around the Seine Paris main river. This waterway is set to play a pivotal role in the opening ceremony, featuring a grand boat parade and spectators lining both banks. Additionally, it's slated to host a swimming marathon and a section of the triathlon, akin to its role in the 1900 Olympics. Swimming in the river has been prohibited since 1923 due to escalating pollution. The primary culprit is untreated wastewater, amounting to 1.9 million cubic meters in 2022, equivalent to 500 Olympic-sized swimming pools. While this marks a 90% reduction from 2 decades ago, the bacterial levels still pose a risk, rendering swimming unsafe. Paris contends with an aged combined sewer system that handles both household and industrial wastewater along with rainwater from the streets. This setup becomes prone to saturation and subsequent flooding during intense rainfall, leading to the disposal of a substantial amount of untreated wastewater directly into the river, bypassing proper treatment. To address this concern and facilitate safe river swimming, organizers have initiated a massive project. A cavernous underground rainwater tank positioned near the Gare d'Austerlitz train station. This tank's role is to accumulate contaminated rainwater from the streets and convey it to a downstream treatment facility. Upon reaching predetermined safety levels, the treated water will be released into the Seine. This innovative approach aims to alleviate the strain on the sewer system, enabling wastewater to enter the network appropriately instead of being discharged untreated into the river. However, despite the hefty $1.5 billion investment, the project's success is not assured. While it should function adequately under normal circumstances, an exceptionally heavy downpour during the event could pose challenges. In such a scenario, swimming competitions might face temporary postponement, lacking a contingency plan from the organizers. The hope is for favorable weather conditions during the games. Nonetheless, river pollution is just one of several potential issues that Paris must confront, with 2 other significant problems posing a threat to the smooth conduct of the entire Olympics. Security. The first concern revolves around security, specifically the looming threat of terrorism. Despite the country's heightened vigilance following the well-known 2015 attacks, the upcoming event stands out due to its sheer magnitude, anticipating a staggering 15.3 million visitors, including 600,000 at the opening ceremony alone. The scale surpasses anything experienced in the past. To safeguard against potential threats, a formidable security presence is planned, with approximately 20,000 agents deployed daily. Additionally, the first day will witness the mobilization of an extra 30,000 police officers and soldiers. Stringent measures will be implemented to control traffic, including the closure of select metro stations for the entire duration and the temporary shutdown of airports on the opening ceremony day. Infrastructure. There are apprehensions regarding how the city's traffic will manage the substantial influx of people, particularly considering the existing struggles of public transportation during rush hours. Even during the city's bid for hosting, authorities relied on the Grand Paris Express to avert severe congestion, a colossal initiative to revamp the city's transportation system with new metro lines. Due to numerous construction delays, the majority of the project won't be completed on schedule. Only the extensions to the already existing Line 14 will be ready in time for the event. Authorities now anticipate the need for alternative modes of transport, such as walking and cycling, alongside public transportation. To accommodate this, preparations include the installation of new bicycles and cycling lanes. To be frank, this doesn't seem like the most optimal plan in my opinion, but only time will tell how it goes. Given all this information, the question arises, how successful will the event be? Despite the various challenges, preparations have been relatively smooth compared to past Olympics. This is mainly because Paris is already well accustomed to tourism, being one of the most visited places globally. The long-term impact appears mostly positive, despite the Olympics being a one-time event. This positive effect stems from the future-oriented focus of the project. As for this year's games, there's, of course, the substantial financial benefit it will yield. While the public contribution to the funding is around $2.6 billion of the $9.5 billion budget, the anticipated generated revenue is approximately $1.7 billion, even factoring in potential taxation or additional costs. Lastly, there's the cultural benefit of sharing the city's cultural richness with the world, bringing people together for a common purpose: to witness the Olympics. Now, what do you think? Are you in favor of the way Paris is gearing up for the Olympics? Let me know in the comments. If you're interested in more contents like this, head over to Luxury Xplore and check out our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.